Hello, hello, good people. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Shauna Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Please, right now, hit that subscribe button. You need to receive a notification every time that I post these videos. Typically, they're going to drop on Sunday. I'll try to be very consistent with that. But throughout the week, I might start posting some other stuff because y'all, it's a lot of shit going on. Okay, let's just be honest. There's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of heavy shit going on. Okay, so down below you can find the correct spelling of my name. You have my IG information there. If you need a little pop of news throughout the week, please pop onto my IG page. Go ahead and follow me there too. I have a Facebook page, but I don't post as much political stuff there because Facebook is all about babies and birthdays and death. So I try to avoid the political stuff there. But you can find me there on IG. And then also $1111 Oracle because I be knowing and because the page needs some blessings. Okay. So if you want to bless a sister, then bless a sister. It will be greatly appreciated. All right. So this episode is about the Expendables. Who are the Expendables in America? Who are they? Just this week, the felon, I'm sorry, this happened in June, but in this week, we received the report. We received accurate information as to what went down in regards to that plane change that happened, I believe it was in Turkey with the felon, okay? So the felon, that plane that he was gifted from Qatar, he was individually gifted from Qatar because do not think that man is not going to try to keep that plane after he leaves when we have to force him out. Let me correct that right now. So the Qatar plane, Secret Service received some notifications that, some shit might go down. So they didn't want to have POTUS on the plane, right? So what we saw was POTUS get on the plane. But then POTUS immediately went out the back of the plane, got into a catering service van, and was taken to another plane. Okay. So you had the Qatari plane, and then you had the old Air Force One, which is what we saw him. They said they had to switch him, right? So they said, okay, we got to switch him from the Qatari plane. Now, this was in the media. We saw that part. So he switched from the Qatari plane and we saw him, he was supposedly switching from the Qatari plane to the original Air Force One. Okay. So he goes on the Air Force One. He comes out the back of the Air Force One and he actually gets on a military plane. Okay. He's in the catering van with three people, only three people. I'm sorry. Yes, only three people. So with the human printer, Natalie, and she's also the diaper girl. Ralph, I think it's Ralph Nalta, who used to be his caddy, and he during his first term promoted him to personal security person, and then there was one other aide. Okay, can't remember that person's name right now. And then apparently also Pete Kegsbreath got on that military plane as well. Okay, so those four travel on the military plane. They left on Air Force One. They left little Marco. They left Stephen Miller on that plane. They left the press pool. I suspect that KKK Caroline was left on that plane as well. And then also, the gay dude, Besant, yeah, Scott Besant, yeah, the gay dude, the one gay dude that's in the cabinet. Scott Besant was left on that plane. And so there were some people who are in the cabinet that were left on that plane. And then also the communications guy, don't know his name, was left on that plane along with the press pool. And then along, I suspect, it has not been confirmed yet, with KKK Caroline. Okay. They were all left for okay, on that plane because there was an actual threat. There was an actual reason why POTUS was moved from that plane to the military plane. Okay. So, for all they knew in that moment, everybody on Air Force One, including the pilots, were goners. POTUS didn't care. Took his three closest people to whomever he felt was closest to him, and then Keg's Breath got on there himself. All right. So, my question to you is who are the expendables? Because all of these people, including Stephen Miller, including Little Marco, including KKK Caroline, including the whole press pool, like they were just expendable to this dude. He literally left them for dead. And that's why I believe we saw the very next day KKK Caroline resign. That's why I believe she resigned. Now they're saying, oh, she was going to leave anyway. No, that's bullshit. Why would she even come back? Why wouldn't she just stay on maternity leave? Oh, she's going to go home so she can take care of her children. Trust me, trust me, she's going to show up on Fox within the next 2 weeks. She's going to show up on Fox News with a hosting position or a personality position within the next 2 weeks. That whole trad wife shit that they're trying to sell to y'all is bullshit. They are not doing it. If, Stephen Miller's wife, she's got a podcast. JD Vance's wife got a podcast. She's also Yale graduated, believe she has a law degree. Come on. These women are not going to stop working. Look at Kirk, Erica Kirk. That heifer hasn't stopped working since her husband was assassinated. She hasn't sat at home to take care of the children, but yet and still they want to push to you all, and I'm talking specifically white women, the trad wife route is the way you should go. You should sit at home and let the man be in control and just pop out a bunch of babies. Now they are getting pregnant and having the babies, but they're going back to work. Okay. Trust me, KKK Caroline is going to pop up again. But all these people on this plane were expendable in by all accounts because the felon did not care. He had Natalie Hart, he had his diapers, he had his human computer, he had his Nalta dude who protected him when he took the documents to Mar-a-Lago. He had that person, and then he had the third guy. I don't even know what the third guy does, but that's all he needed. That's all he needed, apparently. So they are the expendables. And then I also want you to turn to the military. What's happening on those Navy ships right now? You have Navy ships that are out there and have been out there. They were told that they would only be out there for a couple of months, I think 6 weeks or so, involved in this Iran war of choice. But they have been on ships for 9 months now. 9 months, no breaks, no going into land, no going home. 9 months now. And people are jumping ship. They are literally jumping ship. They are telling their family members that they have backed up toilets. They don't have, they have mold in the showers. They're sending pictures of food with plates with like 7 or 8 carrots on it and some dry ass, nasty looking meat on those little trays, that they use in schools. And most of the spaces are empty. So they're getting just a piece of meat and one vegetable on these plates that I'm seeing. But yet and still you have Keg's Breath ordering lobster and steak in the Pentagon. That's what they're eating. But the people who are supposed to have the strength enough to fight for us are trapped on boats in the Indian Ocean, given a dry ass piece of meat, processed meat, and a couple of carrots. Come on. And toilets are backed up. They don't have toiletries. They can't even go to the damn store to get deodorant. And then they can't take the showers in the molded shower, or they can't take a shower, but the showers are molded. People are jumping ship because here's the thing, some people are saying they're trying to commit suicide. No, when they jump ship, they have to be rescued, and then they're forced to give them the mental health attention that they need. That's why some of them are jumping ship. But yeah, the families are speaking out. The families are sending videos. The families are calling DC, calling their representatives, and I believe that we all should be doing the same thing because you want people to show up for you to defend this country, and you can't even feed them. They don't have food. Where is all the money from the big BS bill? Why don't troops have food? Why don't they have toiletries? Why don't the women on those ships have feminine hygiene products? Why are the toilets backed up? Why are showers molded? Why aren't they receiving the best type of care to prepare them to go to battle for this country? What the fuck are they doing with all that money? And then some of you are going to say, oh, well, they're out to sea. So they just don't have access because they haven't been able to go to land. Bring the shit to them. We got other boats. We got other ships. Bring the shit to them. So none of that's making sense. So right now, our military are the expendables. They are being treated like they are the expendables in this country. We also found out this past week that Sean Duffy, the former MTV reality personality that is now over air traffic control, he is hiring gamers. Specifically, they're looking for Fortnite gamers to become air traffic controllers for all of us. And they have also shortened the time for training for these people that they want to put into towers to navigate, help airplanes navigate and deliver human beings, human souls, human life all over this country. Not fucking video avatars, actual human beings. So we have become the expendables. Now, on top of that, all of the food recalls, all of the health insurance that has gone sky high, people can't afford deductibles, people can't afford the what they have to pay on a monthly basis for the health insurance, jobs, ability to make money because of the loss of jobs, unemployment is up. The economy is horrible. Prescription prices for elderly are going to go up at the end of the year. So guess what? Grandma, grandpa, mima, papa, whomever has diabetes, cancer, etc., their prescriptions are getting ready to go sky high. Sky high. So stock up now, folks. That would be my advice to you. Stock up now. Have a conversation with your doctor. Have them double up on those prescriptions and get all that shit as quickly as you possibly can. All your prescriptions for all my seniors. School lunches have been cut for kids. Education is being cut. Funding for education is being cut. The Department of Education has been gutted. Measles, leprosy, and Legionnaire's disease are conversations in America. There are people who have these diseases right now. Measles, the numbers are the highest we have seen in generations. Generations. Because people aren't getting their kids vaccinated. Our natural resources are being eaten up by data centers, water contamination, water usage, rivers are running dry. Farms, there was a beef recall this week, beef and pastrami, and again, eggs. just today on eggs again. And guess what? The purchases of housing is the lowest in since 2013. That data came out today. So, who are the expendables in this country? Who are the expendables to the top 1%? With everything that I just covered, who are the expendables? I want you to put your thinking cap on. I want you to, use your critical thinking skills and break down all the information I just provided to you. And I want you to think about who are the expendables. And if you look in the mirror and you say, damn, you got it right.